Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us on a Friday afternoon, and particularly a Friday afternoon that is going to lead to a three-day weekend for many of our fellow Mississippians. Probably not the three individuals sitting at this table, but certainly we have been through so much together during 2020. Memorial Day is a very special day for so many of us, where we remember those who have laid down their lives for our fellow Mississippians and fellow Americans. We want to personally thank them for that ultimate sacrifice. We know that our Safer at Home order is set to expire on Monday at 8 a.m. Therefore, we have to take additional action today, or either allow it to expire. Before I get into the details of the decision that has been made, I want you to know how much I appreciate the people of this state, how much I appreciate your diligence in helping us fight this fight. We have asked you to do things that I never imagined that I would be asking you to do, and by and large, the vast majority of you have participated, and because of that, we have had a relatively flat curve in Mississippi for nearly 45 days. That would not have happened without you. Regardless of where we go from here, it is not over. We know that this virus is still in our communities. We know that we still have challenges in many of our communities. I also know that if we are going to continue this fight, we have to have a posture that is sustainable. We cannot ask the people of Mississippi to do more than they are able to do for a sustained period of time. Over the past 2 weeks, we have steadily opened up more and more of our economy. That is good, and it is the right thing to do. It is necessary. There are very, very few businesses still closed. Honestly, it's mainly just places of entertainment. Today, I have signed 2 executive orders. One of them, which will be effective Monday morning at 8 a.m., will open up outdoor places of entertainment, playgrounds, racetracks, water parks, with strict health guidelines and rules. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There is no such thing as a non-essential business to those people who rely on its paycheck for their food and for the roof over their head. Do we need racetracks and water parks for most people to survive and live quality lives in our state? No, of course not. But does that small business owner and their employees need them open to survive? Absolutely, yes, they do. That same order makes a few other minor amendments to our Safer at Home order. Outdoor sports practices can go on, and schools can open up their gyms and open up their weight rooms under strict guidelines similar to those in the private sector. I've also signed an executive order to extend our Safer at Home order for 1 more week until June 1st. That is the order which recommends people stay at home as often as possible and asks those in the most vulnerable category to shelter in place. We know that this virus is particularly cruel to those who are over the age of 65. We know that this virus is particularly cruel to those with pre-existing conditions like hypertension and heart disease. We've asked those individuals to continue to shelter in place. My hope and my expectation is that by June 1, we will be able to allow that to expire. However, there will still be guidelines in place for businesses, but we will be out of the business of closing down anybody, I hope. We know that we cannot treat all corners of their state the same. Working with Dr. Dobbs and his team, we have decided to extend the stricter guidelines for those 7 counties that we named several weeks ago. In addition to that, we have decided to add 1 additional county to those more strict guidelines, and that is, again, in central Mississippi, in Holmes County. We are taking this issue very seriously, and I hope the people of this great state will continue to take this seriously as well. The threat is not gone. We must stay vigilant. I know that we're going into a holiday weekend when we are used to gathering in large groups, in cooking out, and having a great time. My plea to all Mississippians is to recognize we still have the virus in every community. Please, if you get together, do so in smaller groups. Please remember to stay 6 feet apart. Continue to wash your hands, sanitize, and wear a mask if at all possible. With that, I will turn it over to Dr. Dobbs for our latest updated numbers. Dr. Dobbs?
Thank you, Governor. So today we're reporting 402 additional cases to bring our total case count up to 12,624. Many of these 402 cases that represent an increase from yesterday are an accumulation of lab reports from the private labs, so nothing that indicates any sort of new outbreak or anything. New deaths, unfortunately 16. 3 of those were identified from previous death certificates, bringing our total death count up to 596. We are currently reporting 102 active long-term care outbreaks. We continue on our mission to test every resident and employee of all nursing homes around the state to be completed within the 2-week time frame as planned. Of recovered patients, we've identified an estimated 7,681 recovered in Mississippi. If we look at our counties with the highest per capita rate of coronavirus in a 7-week span, most recently assessed, the number 1 county in the state is Holmes County. And if we look deeper into the dynamics of Holmes County, we see most of that transmission is occurring in the setting of community transmission and not around any specific industry or in long-term care settings. So certainly we'll appreciate the strong work of the folks in Holmes County to prevent additional transmission there so we can help them get back into a better place.